do some really cool sneak up thing and be like, psych. It's Caleb AM. I love that song.
I do too. One of my top songs.
That's such a good song. Welcome to Caleb AM. I'm gonna go close this door if you want to go ahead and do the intro.
Welcome to Caleb AM. I'm Caleb Ladd. This is Caleb Griffin's
I'm
seat.
Caleb Griffin.
We'll be back. This is the show where we talk about Jesus.
Talk about, drink caffeine.
We ask a question.
Talk about life.
And then we go to class.
And that's
And or work.
what we
Depending on
do.
which one comes first.
It's true. Nice to see you. Such a great day. Wednesdays always get me hyped up. I'm just excited. It's going to be a good day. I can feel it coming on. All my darkest nights have come and gone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. Wednesdays, they get me through the week.
They really do. Like, people call it hump day. I call it
Caleb
fun
AM.
day.
Yeah. Fun day, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Hump day.
I just know on Tuesdays, once we post the poll, I think about how, once I get through my classes,
Yeah.
it's pretty much Caleb AM.
That's what I'm saying. Like, because of this show, my weeks are so much better because Monday, it's like,
Oh my gosh, we post the poll tomorrow, which means Wednesday is Caleb AM.
and then Tuesday we post the poll, which means it's basically Caleb AM day.
Yeah.
And then it's Caleb AM day. And then there's just Thursday and Friday, which that's nothing.
And Thursday and Friday are my two easiest class days because I have the least amount of classes.
Right.
So they don't feel as bad.
The one outlet over there that fits. And it wants to fall out.
We're having technical difficulties. This happens.
It really isn't technical, this is physical.
I guess it is physical.
It's only that outlet that does that. It sucks because it's the outlet you need for this shit. It's okay.
Well, I am gonna pull up my verse.
He's gonna pull up his verse.
I got the verse this week, which means you had the poll this week.
I did.
I'm just putting this back. Alright, my verse was Ecclesiastes 11:6. Oh wait. Okay. I think this is some good life advice for us as college students and y'all as potential college students or
Previous
college students or future college students. This is just good life advice for a human. Ecclesiastes 11:6. In the morning sow your seed, and at evening do not let your hands rest, because you don't know which will succeed, whether one or the other or both of them will be equally good. So essentially, it's saying put effort into everything that you do, because you never know, like this could be something that is successful, or this could be something that is successful. So if you get demoralized from thing A not working out and you don't work on thing B,
Right.
then thing B might have been the thing that was successful.
Yeah.
Or the other way around, if you don't even try on thing A, and then, it's not even going to be successful. Or if it is successful, don't be, you should still try on other things. Just trying everything.
Yeah.
Put in 100% in everything you do, and every once in a while, you'll be successful.
Amen. There's some good verse in preaching.
Oh, wait. Energy drinks?
Oh, yeah.
See, last week, we were stupid.
I'll never do that again. That was one of the worst Wednesdays I've ever had.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
That's just doesn't work for me, dude. I just don't get the caffeine intake I need?
Well, I drink a Rain and he drank a Bang, which is for long time viewers of the show, you'll know that I drink a Bang every week with my Bang. Blue and yellow lemon jello.
That's a good one.
I like this flavor.
And I drink
3 exclusives.
And I drink a Rain. And my Rain this week,
Tropical Storm.
Tropical Storm. It's one of my favorites. Newer flavor, but I like it. It's good. Still on the hunt for Look I Like You. And I'm about to just break down and buy a 12 pack.
You should.
Because I really want to try it.
Odds are somebody here likes it and could drink it if you don't like it.
I'm sure I'll
Or for energy purposes, you can just drink. Oh wait, I'm sorry.
You forgot our tradition. That one's so weird because it's like sweet. It's good. It's just
This one's weird. It tastes like a mix between like an orange dreamsicle and Fruity Pebbles.
it does.
And I like both of those things.
It tastes like Fruity Pebbles until the end, and you get that cream flavor that you get from dreamsicle.
Yeah. My mouth's not awake enough yet, so the carbonation hurt from those.
Oh yeah. I think I remember. Let me just check to be safe. Yes. Okay.
Word. So what we were doing there
Check
is
the poll.
checking the poll.
POLL if you didn't know how to spell.
Yes. And I didn't look because I don't know the answer to the poll.
Yeah, every single week one of us will post a poll on our Instagram. Instagrams are in the description down below if you'd like to follow the vote. And whoever doesn't post that week gets to guess at what won and by what percent. So if you couldn't tell by the title, today's question was calling or texting, and the poll's on my Instagram. So Caleb Ladd, he said, gets to guess and give his opinion as well.
I voted on this one, right?
You did.
Okay, good.
I know what you voted if you forgot.
I had a really long day yesterday. Nothing like eventful worth talking at. It's just a long day.
Sure. Happens.
So I kind of forgot if I voted. I also got less sleep than normal, so I'm tired.
Yeah.
I would personally, I would choose to talk to somebody any day, but there's something about phone calls that really mess me up
Sure.
sometimes. I have a hard time ending them. So if I want to talk to somebody and ask them about something, I will typically preface it by texting them and saying yo, I only got 5 minutes, but can I call you real quick? So that way I have hey, I gotta go.
Sure.
If not, I just sit there on the phone for 15 minutes or longer and talk, which isn't always a bad thing, but sometimes I really do have stuff to do. But if I don't tell people I have something to do, I don't leave, even if I have something I need to do, unless it's super important. And texting is easy.
It's easy.
The issue with texting is, they might not see it. So if it's urgent, I have to call. But there are some people that won't even answer their phone if it's urgent, and then they'll text you 5 hours later and be like, "Hey, sorry, I missed your call." That's not anybody in particular, but yeah.
I feel attacked.
It's not you. But there's also people that you can text them just because you want to hang out, and then they don't answer until 6 hours later. And it's hey, I sent that 6 hours ago.
Sure.
It doesn't apply anymore. So my personal opinion would be just talk in person. But if it's one of the two, I'm gonna go texting because it's easier, less stressful. You don't have to think of your response on the fly. You can look at it.
Valid.
But it also just kind of depends on the person.
Yeah.
So, yeah. What I think the viewers voted, I don't know. I feel like texting is more easy to do. So I feel like texting one, but I don't think it would be as much as I'd expect. So I think it's gonna be like 61-39.
You're pretty close.
Really?
It was 70-30. Okay.
Should have gone. I was gonna do a 60-40.
But good job.
Good
Yeah.
me.
Not a lot of voters this time, which was kind of upsetting, but a few first-time voters.
That's good.
That was cool.
Because we can take them off the hit list now.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't know. Oh, I didn't mean that.
Dang it. Crap. Anyways. Yeah. I kind of agree with you on all those. Okay, Colton. Just slam down the toilet seat then. What is it all read? It's okay. That might not have been Colton, that might have been JJ. JJ's not up right now.
It is 6:40. JJ's not awake.
Anyways. Colton also commented. He said,
Oh, my
it's
bad.
you, White Mamba.
Keep it real on the streets because I love you.
Thanks. Alright, anyways.
He must have been saying that about something.
I don't know.
I don't know.
So anyways, my thing is that it's hard for me to pick one because I kind of enjoy both of them when it's the right context, and I also hate both of them when it's the wrong context, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I agree.
Like,
I wish I had thought of something like that to say.
Like, it's normally with family members more so than it is, like, friends, but, like, they always choose to call or to text at the wrong time. Like, it makes me so mad when it's normally my mom or my little sister, but they'll text me, call me. And normally when I see a text that says call me, they need to talk about something serious, or they need an answer right away, or like they don't really have time to wait. So I call, and then it'll be something like, hey, you coming to church tonight? Yeah. Okay. Like, you couldn't have texted, are you coming to church tonight? That would have been so much simpler. And then they'll text me when it's probably something like a whole conversation that we could have had on the phone call, but it takes longer because I'm not always the best at responding to text messages. So they'll text me, and we'll have a conversation that could have took 3 minutes over the phone that took probably an hour and a half over text because they are texting instead of calling that situation. They always mess it up. But
talking about calling and they never pick up first try.
me, yeah.
Caleb does do that, but I wasn't talking about Caleb.
I
I was
do.
talking about Daniel.
I do that.
I love you, Daniel.
I never have my ringer on, which I guess I should.
I don't either, but that's because I don't want it on because I'll forget that it's on, and then
Yeah, exactly. And you're in class, and like, that's why I always have my ringer off, and I should do a better job of that. Because if my ringer was on, I would answer phone
That's
calls.
fine.
You know.
it just means you don't stay on your phone, which is
Yeah.
fine. That's how I feel about Daniel. It's like he's just not on his phone all the time, and that's a good thing.
Yeah.
But like yesterday, at 9 in the morning, I texted him and was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna be in the Union for most of the day. While I'm here, you should stop by and we can hang out." And then in the middle of my last class of the day, at 2:30, he texted me and was like, "I bet once I get out of this class, I'll head over there." And I'm like, I sent that text like 5 hours ago, bro. It's not applicable anymore. Like,
At this point, you just say, "Sorry, I missed your text," which is also an acceptable answer. I don't know. It's just there's like times for both where they're both appropriate, and when people mix up those times, it makes me very mad. But I think
I'm a fan of both.
Yeah, I am too. I think overall, the reason I'm going to go with texting is because it's more convenient, and when it's really hot and humid outside, I hate having to put my phone up right here and then taking it off, and my screen's all sweaty and stuff. And that doesn't happen when you text.
I also don't like if I don't condone texting and driving, but I don't like when I'm driving and get a call. It doesn't matter right now because I don't have any cell service, so I can't get texts either.
Yeah.
But I think my family members call me and goes through, but that's besides the point. I don't like when my music gets shut off because
I didn't even think about that, but you're so
of
right.
a call. I also don't like it. Like, I think 80% of the time, if I'm at home, if I get a call, or no, in general, if I get a call from, I'm supposed to take pictures of JJ's room in the roof to send to my dad. I'm gonna make a reminder on my phone to do that. But yeah, most of the time, whenever I get a call from my parents, it's while I'm playing video games, and it's just because half the time I'm playing video games, I'm playing Overwatch, and so I have to like put it like in my headphones like this and like play like this, and that's annoying.
Yeah.
And if they ask me what I'm doing because I'm not fully in the conversation, I'm like playing video games, and then I feel bad because I used to be like addicted to video games to where it's all I wanted to do, and now it really isn't. It's just kind of like when I have free time and don't have homework, and y'all aren't here, or sometimes when y'all are here, I'm like, just go play some video games. Because I like to relax and de-stress sometimes by playing games that make me angry. So yeah, I feel like it's just unlucky timing. But that also happens with a lot of people. I don't like when people call me while I'm playing Overwatch, because then if it's if it was a quick play game, I wouldn't care. I would take my headphones off and just like put it on speaker. But I want to,
I get what you mean. I don't know. I hate when people who call me, then I don't answer. This isn't you guys, but when they say, "Hey, pick up the freaking phone. It's important," and then it's never important. It's always something. Once again, you could have texted me, and I would have responded.
I do. When somebody says they need to call me, it scares me because I'm like, this has to be important.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes it's an exciting type of important. Like when Isaac texted me and said he needed to call me after he got engaged, I was like,
no way.
Maybe?
That's an appropriate time to call.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's not something you'd want to say over text.
Yeah.
But texting wins. Overall, I think texting's just more convenient. You can do it from a watch now, and you can.
I love doing it from my watch.
You can text 3 people faster than you can call 1 person, if that makes sense.
A lot of it is the hanging up part. I have a really hard time hanging up on people. Which, again, isn't always a bad thing. Because sometimes I enjoy my conversations on the phone. But I also get, I don't know, if I'm like in my room or something, I'm a pacer when I'm on the phone. Like, I will just walk around and just touch stuff and then just walk around some more. And like, there was one night, I mean, like, if this was like, I told Jack what the poll was, and he said, is Discord call an option? Because I would choose Discord call, because I'm normally playing video games when I'm playing on Discord.
Right.
Or like looking at memes or watching Demon Slayer with Jack. So that's always fun, but so I don't have to pace around. But this one time I called Jack, or he called me or something, and we talked for like 20 minutes. But the whole time, it was in the hangout, I was just making U's in my room because my bed was there. It was just like, I was so tired of making U's, but I couldn't stop. So I just kept doing it. I made a lot of U's that day. I probably got a lot of steps in that day.
Yeah. Probably so. It's good.
Moral of the story, I'd rather talk in person.
Yeah, I agree. My moral of the story is don't call what you can text.
Yeah, if you're calling me, if you're calling me, it doesn't have to be important.
Right.
I've called people just to talk to them before.
Yeah.
But don't text, we need to talk or something, for just to be like, hey.
Quick question.
I'm just curious. What's your favorite color?
Yeah, don't. If you want to call just to talk, I would gladly answer. I'll put my number down below. But no, don't text, hey, we gotta talk, or call me, or I need to talk to you, or I need you to call me if it's not
it scares me.
important. So yeah.
I think we need a new caravan chair. Because this one is so creaky when I move it around.
Mine is too.
I don't know if that was like a user error when I was building it.
I think they're just all like that. JJ's is like that too.
I'm also missing one of the screws in the bottom.
That's not good. This thing's gonna collapse.
one of these days, I'm gonna just die on Caleb AM because my chair's gonna fall apart.
Do you die on Caleb
There's
AM?
I mean, that'd be the place to go.
Yeah.
It would be unfortunate because it would be on a live stream, but
Let's talk about death. Okay. Let's talk about death for a second.
we talked about death in my experimental psych class yesterday.
Nice. Does it scare you?
No.
Death doesn't scare me.
I mean,
I don't fear death.
I don't fear death, but that's not me saying I'm like a masochist. That's like,
Right.
oh, I'll take death head on. I'll put myself in the dangerous situations.
Yeah.
I don't actively want to die.
Yeah, you're just not scared.
I'm not scared of the possibility.
Yeah.
Although sometimes I am, but that's just called panic attacks.
Right.
So
Sometimes the anxiety levels.
sometimes anxiety just gets the better of you, and then you're scared, and then you calm down. And you're like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm not dying.
I'm just here.
But I do think like when people die, sometimes it does get you introspectively thinking about it, and it's like,
Yeah.
dang, that. Depending on how they died, I'm like, dang, that literally could have been my best friend ever, and then
Yeah.
I don't know how to do with my life. He's sad, probably.
Yeah, I was thinking about the other day. Like, what if somebody in this house died? How would I handle that? I don't think I'd handle it well.
I would not think so
Because-
either.
You're my best friend, and me and JJ are super close. And I've always liked Colton, but we haven't always been super close. But we've gotten a lot closer since, like, starting this summer. We've just grown a lot closer, and we talk a lot more than we used to.
Yeah, for real.
Yes.
His mom pays me a lot of money to hang out with him. I that's my income.
That's literally how I pay my rent.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, so if any of you guys
That's too
die-
sad to think about. Don't
Yeah,
don't die.
Sorry. Don't die, guys, please. I couldn't make it. So yeah, you got any stories from the week though that don't have to do with the?
I played in another disc golf tournament
Yeah,
this weekend
at Lakeside.
At Lakeside, yeah.
I'm so ready for the weather to get cold,
I am too.
so I can go. Cause I will go play Lakeside. Not every day, almost every day.
There's another tournament at Lakeside in October, I think, or maybe it's at Lakelands. I don't know, but I'm gonna play in it.
Yeah.
I might sign up for it once I get paid because I think it might fill up fast.
Yeah. Which is tomorrow, right?
Yes, it's been 4 long weeks of working without getting paid
Why didn't you get paid 2 weeks ago?
because I'm pretty sure it's the same for you, but the pay schedule is like you get paid for 2 weeks, but you have to work the next 2 weeks before you get paid for the previous 2 weeks. Like if you looked at your pay schedule, the
Well, yeah.
dates are probably a month apart.
No, the dates for my pay scale, the dates are 2 weeks apart. I get paid.
Mine are not like that.
I get paid every 2 weeks.
Which isn't too bad right now, but I will say when I first started working, and I worked for 4 weeks, and
That was
half of them were insane, like 30-hour weeks,
I remember that.
and I wasn't getting paid. I was like, I think I'm just
That was a
an
dark
unpaid
time.
intern.
That was a dark time.
Why?
You were not happy.
I
Things
enjoyed my
happen.
job. I was just it was the night of April Fools when I had a 12-hour workday without a break. I mean, I got to eat food, and it's not like my job is so demanding that a break was necessary.
Right.
Like I got semi-breaks because we weren't doing anything. I love my job. But when I got back, I was tired. I had work at 5 in the morning the next day, or 6 in the morning the next day, and I just wanted to go to sleep. And I walked in my room, and there was balloons and cups of water everywhere, and I had a camera in my face. Like I felt like a famous person who doesn't like paparazzi. I felt like Tobey Maguire when he yelled at the paparazzi.
No.
Colton really got me when he said, "Come on, isn't it a little funny?" No, no, or I would be laughing. Typically, I would have responded differently because I can appreciate a good prank, but that one was just unfortunately done at the wrong time.
It was wrong. It was bad timing.
It was bad timing, but that happened so long ago. It's water under the bridge. But yeah, I played in a disc golf tournament.
Did you win?
No, I played. It's unfortunate again. I've realized I really need my cell service to play good in tournaments because I like checking the score and I can't do that if I don't have my phone. So, like, I don't know, looking at the scores and like telling myself, all right, I need to get this birdie, it helps me, and then I throw a little bit better, or I can make some putts or something. But I also can attest it a little bit to the people in my car because the first round I didn't play super good. I played bad at points. Like, I double bogeyed the second hole, which it was an island hole, and I'm not used to that hole 9 being an island hole, like the short one.
Yeah. Not either.
So part of that was the fact that I'd never played it as an island before.
What
It's
big
dude,
was the
it's
island?
like 20 feet outside.
Mhm.
It's
That
messed up.
sucks.
It is messed up.
I
And then 17 is also an island hole, and I missed that one both times. And I
missed both of those. They're island.
I bogeyed it the first time and double bogeyed it the second round. But I double bogeyed that one, and then I ended up double bogeying another hole first round. And so at one point in the first round, I was 6 up.
Yeah.
And I was like, this
That
sucks. But I got back down to 3 up, so that was pretty good. And then the next round, I got to like 6 down at one point, and then I ended up double bogeying again. I was like, dang, this sucks. But I played a lot better, and I think like the first round, one dude had a caddy, and it makes me feel bad for having a caddy, but I don't think I do this. Like, he didn't act like bad or anything, but he only talked to his caddy for the most part. And his caddy was really good at disc golf. I know him. And so he was sitting there like telling him how to throw shots and stuff because this was like his first tournament. And he's also a cool dude, but they were only talking to each other. And then another guy on the card was, dude, he sandbagged pretty bad. He's apparently like, he always wins MA 50 or the 50-year-old or older divisions, and he's like always the winner because he's really good. And so he, like, I think he won by like 4 strokes in the tournament, 4 or 5 strokes, which isn't like crazy sandbag, but like he was really good and he should not have been playing. Like, if he wasn't gonna play in MA 50, he probably should have been MA 2.
Yeah.
But he brought his daughter and her boyfriend, and so they were there and they were talking, and then also the other guy in the card, he was cool, but I think I only talked to him like 2 or 3 times.
So you just weren't talking.
And so I was just kind of like walking around, and I felt like I wasn't a part of the card. And it didn't help that I started off so bad, so I felt like, oh, these people probably think I suck,
You don't suck.
and I'm playing up for some reason when I should be a novice. But then the second card, I had these 2 dudes that were really cool, and then another guy that I've actually played with before. He was on my card at the Arlington tournament when I won, so that was cool. He thought I was sandbagging a little bit back then. I explained, we talked about how we don't like sandbaggers at some point. All 4 of us were talking. I was like, you know, like that Arlington tournament, I never played the course before. My rating was like 820. I was nervous. All my friends were doing MA4, so I just did MA4. And he was like, oh yeah, no, no, you're good, man. I was like, word. And then he told me that him and his wife talked about me after the tournament, and they both agreed that they thought I was a potential MA1 player, which is
That's sweet.
the second best division.
Yeah.
And I was like, dang. He was like, I think you're just a few like small things away from being an MA1. I was like,
You are really good at the game.
wow, thank you. I was like, dang, this is pretty cool. This guy thinks I'm good at disc golf, which I do agree. If I could putt consistently, like in C1, I think I could. But I like if I made every putt within 40 feet, I think my PB on most courses would be like 10 down or so. But I just like, cause a lot of my drives, if I don't hit a tree, I think are pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I can't putt consistently, which is very unfortunate. But yeah, my second card, like, I wasn't in contention for winning. I was in contention for getting money, but the guys on my card beat me, which was fine. If I hadn't double bogeyed again, I lost 6 strokes to double bogeys. I could have got money, but I had a lot of fun the second card. Like it felt so much more fun. And I think if that would have been my first card,
Right.
I could have like won the tournament because I was like it's a mentality thing.
Yeah.
And when my first card was stinky, and my second card was not, I do good in the second card, but not the first card.
Yeah.
I will say, I've had cards, like, my first card wasn't bad, I just wasn't talking. Like, all the people were cool. I liked them. Comparative to, like, some tournaments I've played where, like, I've had just jerks on my cards.
Yeah.
And it's like...
It's not bringing one of those up, because it'll make me mad.
Yeah.
It was okay.
Yeah. So...
They did a disc golf compliment. That's like one of the top
Because he's
compliments you
good.
can get.
The dude's good at disc golf, so...
When Connor...
He also has a sponsorship. So.
That's cool. When we were playing with Connor, and he was like, Caleb, you're a lot better than I thought you were. For some reason, I thought you were going to suck. You're actually pretty good. I was like, thanks, man. It's really sweet. Because, like, that's, like, probably, like, top 5 in my compliments I could receive is a disc golf compliment. But
It's number 1 guitar playing.
it's number 2. Number 1 is, like, if someone says something about your shoes.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, or I guess footwear in general, so socks or shoes.
I like when people
Those
compliment my socks.
Those are nice. But guitar's number 2. Just because I don't really need the compliments on my guitar playing. I'm not self-conscious about it. But
Yeah, your ego is massive.
yeah, it's huge, dude. I'm literally.
I
better than
compliment your
John
guitar
Mayer.
playing behind your back a lot.
Thanks.
I just want to let you know that.
Well, sweet.
If people bring up guitar, oh, my roommate's so good at guitar.
It's like back in the day when I first started playing, or like even a couple of years after I've been playing, it was nice. Like it was probably number 1, but now that I've been playing for so long, it's just at this point.
That's
Oh,
fair.
thanks, man. I practice a lot, so I appreciate it.
I don't know what mine would be. I guess a disc golf compliment is definitely up there because
Sorry. Go ahead.
I really like being good at disc golf. I mean, for a while I wanted to be good enough to where I could do it professionally,
Mhm.
so that would have been cool.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I guess since I usually just play with my friends, there's never more than just like the nice shot thing. So for somebody that I don't know to be like, dude, you're really good. You could be an MA1 one day. I'm like, thank you. So that was cool.
I found something with guitar that I'm not good at. The slide. I just started doing this last week when I bought the guitar slide. I know how to do one thing. Or like one thing that sounds cool.
Sounds like a Western thing.
Yeah, it's kind of supposed to be like on the country side of things. It's used a little bit in other things, but it's hard to make it sound cool. Cause like you have to like play on the fret for it to sound. You can't play in between like you normally do. And it can be Hawaiian also, but I'm trying to learn because there are some people who make it sound really, really good.
Well, that's good that you're trying to learn.
Yeah.
I guess I'll just do this every week. I'm going to explain my part of the set.
Okay.
Because yours remains pretty consistent. You have your office pops.
Yeah, I did some rearranging in my room. I'll talk about that when we're done.
This is my Jomez Pro putter.
I bought it for Christmas.
Yeah, I was about to explain that.
Sorry.
I was going to say my best friend bought it for me for Christmas.
I bought that for my best friend at Christmas.
It glows in the dark. I've never used it or written my name on it. If I ever play a glow round, I'll use it. But for now, I don't want to mess it up.
Sure.
Because it looks so cool and it glows in the dark and stuff. It doesn't look right because I don't have like nails in the right place, but I had nails from where these pictures were. I hung it up on my wall, and so there's just discs all over my
It's
wall.
funny.
And I forgot that this one glows in the dark, and the first time it was up there, I'm like trying to go to sleep, and then I like look up for a second, there's this glowing ring on my wall. I was like, oh.
My Arachnite Spider-Man does that, and it glows in the dark, and I
That's
keep
pretty cool.
forgetting, and I'm like, oh crap.
This is my dolphins. They're swimming on a rock.
It's a rock.
Got this from SeaWorld, I think.
Are I love SeaWorld.
I just thought it was cool, and I needed to represent my dolphins. I love dolphins. No spoilers for Top 10 Animals when we do that on Sunday. And then this is Pop Winston.
Pop Winston.
I'll talk about Pop Winston. At some point this week, I don't remember what day,
Monday.
What?
When we went to GameStop?
Monday?
Yeah.
No.
What?
I was at campus from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m.
Then I guess it was Thursday, Friday.
At some point in the last 7 days, not Monday or Tuesday.
I knew it wasn't Tuesday. But I forgot last week existed for a second.
We went to GameStop, and I've been wanting to go because there's new Demon Slayer pops coming out, and I wanted to pre-order some of them. But there was also some new Overwatch pops coming out, and I mean, the game's a sellout, but I still find it fun. I really like the characters. So I pre-ordered one of them like last week sometime, and I pre-ordered Genya from Demon Slayer. But I wanted to go back to pre-order more, and while we were there, I saw the keychain things I like, so I bought one of them. I saw this Winston pop, he's a bigger pop, and I don't have, the only big pop I have besides the like one character that's big is Reinhardt. I was like, oh, that'd be cool having another big one. And the box was damaged, so I got 10% off of it.
And that also means you can take it out of the box without feeling.
Yeah. So I got him, and then I also pre-ordered 2 more Demon Slayer pops. So those should come in like 7 days, and I'm really excited about that. Once I get paid tomorrow, I might go either pay off the ones I got or pre-order the rest of them. But then I'd have to spend like $40 the day they come in. But that's okay.
It's worth it.
I believe so. I think so. So yeah, I got Overwatch Winton. I think it looks pretty cool.
I think it was cool.
Yeah.
He's a purple monkey with glasses. How could that not be cool?
He's a scientist.
It's even better.
Say hi to the monkey for me. Monkey? Scientist. Whatever. Sorry, that's an Overwatch reference. He's one of the coolest characters in the game.
There are some really cool pops coming out.
There's a lot. When I went to pre-order, I didn't even go to pre-order something they had at the Columbus game, so I was just buying a keychain, and they had like the pre-order list popped up, and he started like, the guy just started scrolling through it, and then I saw the Demon Slayer ones. Like, oh my gosh, I saw these were coming out. I didn't even think about pre-ordering them, so I was like, put them on there. And then he kept scrolling, and I saw the Kiriko pop. I was like, put her on there. And so now I have both of those coming. And then I went back to the Columbus GameStop to finish paying off the Genya pop because I wanted to. So that way, when it comes out, I can go there and just pick it up, and it feels like a free thing, even though clearly it's not. See, my other Demon Slayer pops did feel free because they took like a year to come in. So by the time they got there, I'd been paid so many times. I was like, yeah, this is just a gift from GameStop.
At this point.
Yeah, but the Kiriko pop, I almost finished paying it off the other day too, but it doesn't come out until October, so I was like, I'll wait. I really need to decide if I want to get the rest of the Demon Slayer ones though. There's one that I'm sorry, I just cut you off.
You're good.
There's one that I really want, but it was funny because I think you were there. I tried to pre-order it, but it wouldn't show up in the guy's system. And it said, like, under the pop, it said what it was from, and it said it was from FNAF. And I was like, I guess it just doesn't exist. Because I don't know. But I really want the pop.
Yeah.
So I hope that the store just gets it or something, because I will buy it on site.
On site. Tomorrow, the new Office pops come out, and the Fun Run pops.
Yeah.
I'm going to get the Andy one, because I don't have an Andy pop. And I think his is really funny.
Does it have like
he's bleeding.
Yeah.
Which is freaking hilarious. And that's one of my favorite moments in the episode when he's like drafting behind Kevin. Get it off of me! It's so funny, but so I'm gonna get that one tomorrow, and then later in the month the Power Ranger pops, which tomorrow is the first day of September, by the way.
No, it's not.
Tomorrow's not. Oh, I guess it's Friday. They come out Friday then. Never mind. So Friday, the new Office Pops come out, and I'll be getting the Andy one. Friday's the first day of September. Anyways, later in the month of September, the new Power Ranger pops come out. They have all of the original ones, so red, green, blue, black, yellow, and pink, and they're all holding their weapons, which is pretty cool. And part of me wants to get all of them, but then part of me knows I don't know where I'd put them because I don't think I could fit all of them up there with the rest of my Power Ranger stuff, and that'd be really expensive, like whatever 12 times 6 is.
Like closer to $13.
Yeah, 13 times 6 is. So I don't need to do that. So I'm at least
$69, I think.
something like that. Let's call it an even 75 after tax, because that's probably where I would be. And I don't need to spend $75 on 6 Funko Pops. So I'm gonna get the green one for sure, and I might get the dark pink one because they're also doing an exclusive. If GameStop gets it, an exclusive Dark Ranger one for the Pink Ranger, which the Dark Rangers are cool as crap. But I'm just gonna get the green one. I might get the blue one, but I don't know because the Blue Ranger was the main character in the newest Power Ranger movie, and it was atrociously bad.
Colton had the run to make the bus. He did it though.
Good job, Colton.
After yesterday, I don't know if I can take the bus, dude.
I'll still be taking it. I can deal with a bad smell for 30 minutes if I have to.
It made my head hurt.
I live with people who smell them. Anyways, they're not gonna watch the people who do smell that.
I thought you were talking about the one of us.
not
I was
here.
like, dang.
Not here. You guys smell good for the most part. Pretty much all the time.
It's not me. I've used Dr. Swatch and Harry's deodorant.
But yeah. So I'm gonna get the Green Ranger, and then in October the Peaky Blonder pops come out, and I'm gonna get Thomas Shelby.
And that Cillian Murphy's character?
Mm-hmm. And I wish I could get his Chase version, because the Chase one, he's not wearing his hat. He's just like kind of holding it, and you can tell who it is. And then all the other ones, all the characters are wearing their like little hats that they wore, and they all look all the pops look exactly the same. And the only way you know it's Thomas Shelby is because the box says Thomas Shelby. So I really want him
Colton says he's winded bad and he needs to start running, so I'm not out of shape. I'll go running with you. I want to go with the Sanderson. I just keep convincing myself not to go. It's mainly because I take the bus.
I was talking to JJ about that because he talked about his basketball class, and we both kind of talked about how much we missed playing basketball. And I was like, I should have gone all the time when we lived close to the Sanderson, and I could just walk it or drive it and it'd take 2 minutes because I miss playing basketball. And now I just don't want to go to campus just to play basketball at all. So I don't know. Well,
You also come up to campus on Friday since I don't have class and I'll already be there.
we should. I do have work, but I guess I could go after work, just bring my shoes and stuff. But
One day I brought
I want
my
pickleball
my
games.
shoes and workout clothes to class, but then I got really tired at class and I didn't want to do it anymore, and I just came back, and
Yeah.
I can't do that if I ride the bus, so I just haven't tried it since. That was, I read it already.
I was looking at the time because I couldn't tell her. But I rearranged my room this week. Not much, just a little bit. I didn't like having both of my guitars right here on my mini fridge just to look off. So I took 2 of my stack of crates, made this one a Spider-Man one, and made that one my Star Wars one. And my Death Star lamp one. No,
Okay.
does it smell bad?
I farted pretty
Oh.
bad.
Maybe it'll come to me.
I pray for your safety.
So far it hasn't. But yeah, I have a Death Star lamp right there, which you can't see on camera, but it looks really cool in the crate.
Yeah. I have a game theory lamp like that, and it's really cool.
Those lamps are really cool.
I like turning it on and turning my LED lights on and to match
Match
the
it.
colors.
Yeah, I would do. Those are they're not even LED lights. They're lights for my Tesseract that Lauren gave me. She gave me 2 sets of them. So I decided to put the other set she gave me underneath the desk, so there's a blue underglow. So I might do that sometimes, but I don't know. I want to get. There's one like that. That's Appa from Avatar.
I've seen a lot of them.
I want it.
GameStop always sells them for Pokemon.
Yeah.
But sometimes in like those big malls, like the one in Birmingham, they have like stands that sell them. If I ever see one that's
cool.
Demon Slayer related, I'd probably buy it.
Yeah, they are cool. But yeah. I got two more things from my week to talk about. Actually three more things, but one of them really quick. And then that'd be all about my week.
Colton said that he was the only person on the bus, and then a couple got on and sat right in front of him, and then they were like pretty much snuggling right in front of him. He thought he was on.
I hate PDA so much. Anyways, I don't have it turned on, but it's okay.
I noticed.
So I got a couple of new comic books this week. I can finally start getting comic books again because my girlfriend moved to ICC, which is about a 10-minute drive from the comic book store Bratz, and she said she would go pick up comic books for me every 2 weeks because that's when the Amazing Spider-Man issues come out. Well,
That's so kind of her.
I've been trying to get all the facsimiles that come out. I missed the last one that came out, and it sucks because that was the one after Gwen Stacy died, when Peter killed the Green Goblin. And I really, really wanted it, and I didn't get a chance to get it. But I got this one. Amazing Spider-Man number 300. It's when Venom tries to kill Spider-Man, and he takes him to the Church Bell Tower, and all that cool stuff happens. Really fun read. Really cool book. And now I have 3 facsimiles, and they're all hanging up on my wall. I have the first appearance of the Sinister Six, first appearance of the Punisher, and now this one.
Is the facsimile like a different cover?
No, it's the same cover. It's just
Like they remade it?
yeah, it's the exact same as the original. It's just I forgot facsimile. There's a definition for it. It just means like replica, kinda. Which and like the only difference is on the covers. Like it has the now prices.
Yeah, I noticed that. Is
Like
that one
$6.99, yeah. Just because it's a bigger model. The Punisher one's $3.99, which is the price of most regular comic books now. Which is still ridiculous. They should be like $2, but and that one's 12 cents, and I wish they were still 12 cents. But
12 cents would be pretty cool. I would buy them if they were 12 cents.
yeah, but I can swing $3 or $4 a week every 2 weeks for the Amazing Spider-Man covers. This week I ended up spending, or last week I ended up spending $11 because I got that one and the new Amazing Spider-Man, which is somewhere here. I'm not gonna go through it, but that happened, and I'm very excited I can start getting comic books again because
Yeah.
comic book stores in Starkville and Columbus suck now, and they're not even comic book stores; they're game stores, and we have already had
That one that was in Starkville shut down.
yeah, I did. But we have Down the Game here, so I don't need a game store.
Down the game's the best.
It's so cool.
I spent $10 on D&D dice there.
And we haven't played in a very long time.
I don't think we ever.
Is it cool?
That's
what you were reading. What's underneath that?
He just said it was too
It was awkward.
You got so much blank room in your room now.
I know.
Over here, there's
I tried
so
hanging
much potential.
I tried hanging my Star Wars poster up underneath my basketball goal, which is why the screws that were in the middle of there came out. And for some reason, like, I don't know. I guess it was because my ball kept hitting it when I shot. I just didn't like it there. So now I don't know where I'm gonna put my Star Wars poster. I'm getting a display for Christmas.
Do not put a display under that because if you hit the ball on it, it could pop off.
I guess that's true. But I don't know. I guess I put my display right there.
Put your display
because
right here.
Or right there, yeah. It's a Samurai Champloo one. It looks crap. But
My display is right by my PC and it looks really cool. And now I really want another one. I might ask for one for Christmas.
I might ask for it for
Or Andy.
Christmas. But I think my Christmas list is mostly full because I'm asking for like a $150 guitar pedal. It's overpriced, but it's a really cool pedal that I've wanted for years, and I've just never been able to afford it. So I was like, you know what, it's time. Get it. So yeah, my other story was that I forgot what the second one was. The third one, I had a softball game last night, and I played the best defense I've ever played in any sport I've ever played in my life. I was incredible.
Did you win?
No. I turned 2 double plays. I barehanded one at second. I made, like, no ball got past me. I made all my throws to first base. I took one bouncer off the chest, and now I have a bruise there because it hit me really hard. But I still recovered and made the play. I was so proud of myself. I didn't hit well, but it's okay because I played great defense. But going into the last inning, we were winning 7-3. Okay? They scored 4 runs. They had scored 3 runs and there were 2 outs, and they had runners on first and second. A ball gets hit to Kyle, and Kyle completely misses the first baseman. Like, not even close. I was so mad because he could have thrown it to me at second, which would have been a shorter throw, and if he just makes that out, we win. And then they ended up tying it, and we went to extra innings, which I thought it was just ended in a tie in church league softball. But dude, I don't understand why people care about church league softball so much. Like, it's worse than intramural at state. Like, intramural at state, there was like a couple people who might like act like idiots. But dude, the coach of the other team, she was making me so mad because she was complaining about something every 4 seconds. She kept telling the scorekeepers they were wrong. And like the scorekeepers that they get for the church league softball, they're not good scorekeepers, I get that. But you're not going to pay someone to scorekeep for church league softball.
Yeah.
Like, they were saying like they put like X's and never minds and I don't know about this like written out on their scorecards because they don't, which is fine. Like, it's church league softball, it doesn't matter. But she was doing something every 2 seconds. And then the big thing, so our lineup, it went Dusty, Brian, Painter. Dusty had open heart surgery like 6 months ago, so he can't run. Brian pulled his hamstring, so he can't run. And the rule is you're allowed to pinch run for somebody if they're injured, and you tell the umpire beforehand. And so they told the umpire beforehand, but the rule is it has to be your last out. So Brian gets on base, but he's hurt, so he can't run. The out before him was Dusty, but Dusty can't run. So it would go to Benin. Benin is like a short kid, he's pretty fast. Well, their coach was not happy about that. She was talking to the umpire, saying we were trying to cheat them, and Dusty was trying to talk to her like, we're not trying to cheat you, we told him beforehand. And then Brian got pretty upset. He was like, come on, this is church league softball, it does not matter. And then he got really upset, and then she kept talking, and then I think Brian got mad to the point where he did start caring and wanted to win. But I was like, God, it really doesn't matter.
Church sports are the worst.
It makes me so mad, because like, it really, like, and we're the 2 worst teams in the league, so it really doesn't matter for us. Like, we were playing to either they were going to be in last place or we were going to be tied for last place if they won. Like, that's what we're playing for, guys. It does, like, and then at the end of the game, it was 7-6, and I think she was trying to, I think it was 8-6 actually, and she was trying to say that the scorekeepers had it wrong. It's 7-6. She'd been keeping score the whole time, and they had been, so in the 2 outs before Kyle made the bad throw, she talked to the scorekeepers and the umpire for literally 10 minutes while we're all sitting out there. And I was getting mad. At this point, I yelled, it's church league softball. I want to go home and eat. Shut up. And then the other umpire, who was like the infield umpire, who was a Chad, we talked like throughout the whole game. He was like, yeah, seriously. And it was funny. But yeah, it made me really mad. But there were a couple guys who I went to school with who were on that team who I talked to when they'd get on base or when I'd get on base, and that was nice. But it would make me so mad because she just would not shut up about everything. I was like, calm down, it's okay.
It's just embarrassing.
I was like, I mean, I don't know. Like, I'm not gonna go out there and like not try just because that'd be kind of stupid to volunteer to play a sport and you not try. But I'm not. If I feel like an umpire misses a call or something, I'm not gonna go complain about it because it's church league softball. We're literally like.
That's how. Like, that's when you have the most fun. Like, I got Jack to get back on Overwatch. I guess it wasn't me, but me and some other guys got him to get back on Overwatch the other day because he deleted it when they like announced that their game was dead. They killed their own game. But like, we were playing some comp yesterday, and normally he would get very angry while playing, but like, he didn't seem to care at all because he was just playing for fun at this point. And that's when you have the most fun. So I understand that. I can't stand church sports. They're terrible. It's like, this should be the most fun type of sports because everybody should just be playing for fun.
Yeah.
Like, you're not even like, what does the winner get of church league softball?
Nothing.
Exactly nothing. It's just like you.
And here's the thing: neither one of us are gonna win the whole thing. I promise you. There's Vibrant is there. and Revive is there, and they're like insanely good at church softball. Like they hit bombs. They play very good defense. Like we're not.
Yeah.
Neither one of us are going to win anything. I promise. So it's okay. Just calm down.
Yeah.
Like any church competition gets like that, and it makes me so mad.
That's what I'm saying. Like church sports are just the worst. Like church dodgeball, dude. I
hate church dodgeball.
I'd rather watch paint dry and have to recode it 30 times before I play church dodgeball, dude. All it is like the guys throwing it as hard as humanly possible to impress the girls, and it's just like not fun. And then people are like, I hit him! I grazed his shorts! That's it! I got him! It's like, shut up, dude.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. You get nothing. You get absolutely nothing for winning. Like, if you try to brag about, I got the last out in a church dodgeball game, like, I hope you get laughed at. Like, that's embarrassing.
When we were at the beach trip, I think it was the year before the storm, I was on the white team, and Tanner Greco was on my team. So anyways, we're playing dodgeball, and a ball hits off the roof, and then hits my back, and so I didn't come out, and then they started yelling because a ball hit me, and then David ended up calling me out, which, okay, cool, no big deal. So I started walking off, and then Tanner Greco like, David, are you blind? It hit the roof! He's in! Put him back in! I was like, Tanner, stop, it doesn't matter. I promise. It's okay.
Chill out.
And we were so far behind in points that even if we would have won the whole dodgeball thing, we wouldn't have won beach camp. So,
yeah,
I was like, dude, it's okay. But yeah, it was
okay, man.
It was just funny.
There's so many things. Like I loved beach camp, and the beach camp competitions were fun. Like it's why it was my favorite, or not why, but it was one of the reasons it was my favorite church camp. We hung out a lot at beach camp.
We did.
But like, there's just a couple moments, like when people said Isaac cheated in rock, paper, scissors. Like,
how do you cheat in rock, paper, scissors?
Cheat in rock, paper, scissors.
That's not possible.
Well, like, you can, but you can't get away with it, because the only way to cheat would be this. Like, either trying to change or going like rock, paper, scissors, shoot, and then like waiting until they do theirs to do yours. Which he didn't do. But then there was the other time that, I won't name names, but one girl had like an asthma attack in the middle of a game. They took her out, and then she was the last person on their team, and they replaced her with like Presley or something. Somebody that was like really good, and they ended up winning. It's like, she faked her asthma attack. No, she didn't! She doesn't have asthma! Get her! Like, dude, stuff like that. I never understood the insane, like, discrepancy between people that really care about church sports and people that really don't. Look at roly-poly on your floor.
Nice. And I remember...
Can we show it with?
Yeah. Dude, one of my favorite, like, people complaining moments was the dance competition. And I think our team came in second that year when I was on the blue team. And the red team came in first because Connor did a backflip.
Yeah. Oh, it's dead. It's dead. all it takes to win a church dance competition is one backflip.
And I don't remember what team it was, but whoever like did Bohemian Rhapsody, like 3 people on their team came up to us and like, y'all should not have gotten second. We were so much better than you guys. The judges, I was like, probably work better, but we're not the ones who made that decision. Like,
screw you.
Stop complaining.
Let me guess, you paid the judges for second place.
It's like, stop complaining. We could say the same thing about the red team. We had an actual choreographed routine. All the red team did was stand there while Connor did a backflip.
Dude, any team that had Connor on it was a little, alright, Connor, you can do backflips. We're going to stand in the back and do this.
They literally did the greatest showman, and everyone like just stood in the line behind Connor, and he had a pool noodle and would like mouth the words.
Yeah. It makes sense though. Connor's so charismatic, and he can do backflips.
That's true. He should win.
If it was just him, I would agree that their team should have won. Mm-hmm. But since nobody else was doing anything,
I agree their team should have won. Like, I'm not upset about it. I just thought it was funny that the team complained to us about them not getting second place. I was like, okay.
It was always fun. Like, you think you have a good dance, and then somebody does a backflip. And it's just like,
crap.
Well, guys, there's always next year.
Dude,
Break Connor's ankles.
Connor should go to America's Got Talent and
Just go up and
do a backflip. Like you get like one of the like a great singer goes up against them and like some really cool like fire breather stuff, and they just lose to Connor doing a backflip.
I can't beat that. I quit. I'm done. I'm not doing this anymore.
Do a flip.
Okay. You're that spider guy.
Okay, Spider-Man. Oh man.
Beach camp memories.
Beach camp was fun, dude. Except for that 1 year, but we don't have to talk about that 1 year.
There was that 1 year.
That 1 year, that was
But the year after that was the best one.
year. Yeah. Oh,
The shirts were nice too.
The shirts were the pink ones.
Yeah.
Those were so cool. And Caleb was the speaker, bro.
Triple Caleb.
I miss Caleb. If I ever
Found
Happened.
yourself in Orlando.
Yeah. He's a very good speaker.
Yeah, I liked him. He was a cool dude.
We also had the nicest place to stay that we had that
Yeah,
year.
because every single year it was all the boys were in one room.
Yeah.
And then we finally got, because there was another church there who had that big room, so they put us in the nice rooms, and I was like, it was cool.
Yeah.
We had a balcony overlooking the beach.
Yeah, I made some cool TikToks.
He did.
Look at that.
That was when TikTok was starting to blow up.
Dude, that was a weird time for me because, like, if you compare TikTok to Instagram in terms of followers, like, half the people I knew at church had like 2,000 followers, and I had like 700 on TikTok at the time. But people were treating me like I was famous. They're like, "You have 700 followers?" It's like, do y'all not? Like, y'all have like 2,000 on Instagram. It seems like this should
be pretty
easy for you. And so like I think about how at one point I was not famous, but I had 25,000 followers on TikTok. So it felt like I had a little bit of fame. And so sometimes I'll think about, oh yeah, people used to think I was famous because I had 25,000 followers, but it started when I had like 700. And it's like, that's just not. Like, that's so not. It was cool though because I got to like pretend I was famous.
Yeah.
I didn't like do anything with that. I could have been cooler, I guess, but I didn't try. It was just like, some people would be like, "Hey, do you want to make a TikTok?" It's like, what?
Yeah.
Sure.
You got the entire church to do a TikTok.
That was very cool.
No,
And then it didn't blow up.
my favorite moment, not my favorite moment, I don't know why I said favorite moment. One of the funniest moments of that beach trip was when we were all going to make that TikTok. So we all ran down the stairs to go to the beach and stuff. And the other church was doing their worship in the room next to us. And I guess it was their youth pastor came out and told it, like, "Hey, we're trying to have worship, keep it down." He was mad. And Presley said, "You've been playing your speakers at 800 gigahertz this entire trip. Why are you telling us to?" It's like, I don't think gigahertz is how it sound. I don't think that's your sound, Presley. Oh, that was so funny.
Gigahertz. Oh man. What a funny little moment.
That was a funny little
I
moment.
missed that because I was in my room.
Yeah, you were taking the video, but
I really wish that video would have blown up.
yeah.
Since it didn't, it just felt like awkward that I made y'all do that.
The whole entire youth
The
group.
whole youth group was like, "Alright,
We were-
let's do this."
We were on the beach just...
What was the dance?
That's
Oh,
literally
it
all
was this.
Yeah.
It was a good dance. The original one was better though, where it was just
three of y'all.
Logan,
Brandon.
and
Davis, maybe?
No, it was Connor. Yeah, Logan, Brandon, and Connor, like just laying in my room, and then they went outside. Like that was fire.
Yeah.
But
I remember when Brandon got us to listen to Teenage Dirtbag, which I like Teenage Dirtbag. It's a good song. I just don't like the band because their singing is horrible. And when One Direction covered Teenage Dirtbag once, and it's better because they can actually sing. And Teenage Dirtbag is like a good song. It's just I hate Wheatus so much. They can't. Wheatus is the name of the band that does Teenage Dirtbag. They just cannot sing. The lyrics are good though, but
TikTok was really demoralizing sometimes with stuff like that though.
yeah.
Like I would think of something that was really cool, I thought, or really funny, and then we get like 7 likes, and they're like, I have 25,000 followers. How does this even happen? Like, I feel like I should be consistently getting 1,000 likes at least on videos.
Wasn't that the same summer we went to Orlando? No.
It was, yeah,
Okay.
it was.
I thought
Because
so.
it was that or the year after, because I was making TikToks then, because I had a really funny one that wasn't that funny, but I was sitting behind Connor, and it was the, how bad can I be song? And like, I found it the other day because it popped up on my like Snapchat memories or something. Like, at one point I like pulled Connor's headphones out, and he turned around and slapped me. At one point, I put a pillow over Connor's face and killed him. It made no sense. It was just funny.
It was funny.
But I had some really funny TikToks that
You
week.
did. The 2 weeks in Mississippi thing. And
I still pull that one up and show it to people
that's
sometimes.
hilarious.
If they know Dalton, or they know who he is but have never heard him talk, man, you gotta hear this.
Yeah.
Because this is his actual
That's not him acting. That's what he sounds like.
1 year in Mississippi. Yeah.
That was so fun.
I love that video.
That trip was a lot of fun. Except
Yeah, Stacy came out that week.
it did come out that week. I remember listening to it on the bus.
I remember going to the bathroom so I could listen to Stacy.
Yeah. This is good. That's a great song. It's one of my top 10, maybe top 5 Quinn. I don't know.
It wouldn't be in mine.
I'm trying to think of what would be like my top 5
Before it burned.
Actually,
I don't know.
second time
I
around
asked
was
Before
my
It Burned.
favorite.
I asked Quinn if I could use Before It Burned, and
He didn't
short
answer.
story didn't answer.
Yeah.
Before It Burned would be in my top 5, probably number 1 still, but then most of I'm completely blank. Letterman Yourself would
yeah.
be on there.
Second time around is my number 1.
Second Time Around is probably my number 2. That song is...
Distracted, or I don't know. Feel Something is number 2, and then Distracted Youth might be number 3. I freaking love that song. I don't know, it would be number 3.
Another Day in Paradise is an old one, but it's good.
Yeah.
Always Been You, Fool for Your Love. I love Fool
I
for
like
Your
Two
Love.
Tens more than Stacy.
Straight Jacket.
I would do 2 Tens in my top. 2 Tens is just was really relatable for me.
I like 2 Tens more than Stacy.
I do too.
I don't like Stacy. Looking back on it, it's one of those songs where it's good, but it's kind of an awkward song because of what he's talking about, and he's also married now.
Yeah.
Like I loved in.
It's the same with Georgia Peach.
Yeah.
His wife, I'm from Michigan.
I'm from
I'm not from Georgia. It was so
I
funny.
love their relationship. She's pregnant.
Yeah, I saw that. I think they were just like, I think it was a joke the whole time. I don't think she was actually mad at it. TikTok was so funny. He's like, I got a new song called Georgia Peach coming out soon. It's like, she's my sweet Georgia. I'm from Michigan. And he just stopped.
Yeah, I know. It was definitely a joke.
Yeah.
But I love in whichever song it is in People's Champ that he like talks about how he wished he had never made Stacy.
Yeah.
Sometimes I want Stacy, wish I never made. What song is that?
Black Porsche.
Black Porsche. Oh, FOMO would be in my top 5.
I do love FOMO. I don't know if there's anything from the new album that would be on my top 5. Like,
FOMO would be my top 10. I don't know.
FOMO would probably be in my top 10. It's good either way. It's growing on me a lot, but I don't know what the second guy's saying. So
Yeah. Common's really good.
Common.
I like Georgia Peach a lot.
She's
I like
sweet.
Bartender.
I do like Bartender. I think Bartender's the one I listen to the most on that album.
Did it again.
Let's see. Am I High Right Now's great.
Sleep While I Drive, Second Time Around, More Than Friends.
Mad at Me, so good, dude. Oh, I forgot about Mad at Me. I remember that.
This whole album, dude, it's
Yeah.
just, it doesn't have any misses.
I remember, like, I thought Quinn, like, was kind of mid before this album. Because, like, his first 2 albums, there were some good songs, and then there were, like...
He was my 3rd favorite artist before that album.
Like, The Story of Us,
Still is.
it's a good album. But, like, there were some really good songs, but also some songs that are just kind of like,
60 Seconds,
And then-
Walls, and One Day at a Time were not that good. Like the 3
Yeah.
explicit songs.
And then the same with Michigan from Love.
For Michigan with Love, it's all good to me. It's just there's a couple forgettable
Yeah, like,
ones.
my only ones that
but John Bellion's in this one. So is like my 2
Yeah.
favorite artists are on my 3. This is my 3rd favorite artist who made a song with my 2nd and 1st favorite artist.
The only songs on this album that I'll still listen to are
Abel and
Holding
Cain's
Hands,
awesome.
Abel and Cain, Life Must Go On. I don't listen to Tough that much. Like,
I sing Tough.
it's just like
sometimes.
a
I'll
guy.
just be there.
It's
and
just
I'm
about
like,
a guy who works
"I'm
out.
so Tough."
I don't know. I don't like that song, but
I just know that Noah
No.
Kahan mentions Lulu in that song, and he
Yeah.
also mentions it in his new album. And
that was
so
before
he's-
Lulu was popular too.
yeah,
But yeah, You and Us.
Autopilot's really good.
I think You and Us is my favorite on the album.
I love You and Us.
But yeah, Holding Hands, Life Must Go On, and You and Us, and
Oh, I
Ava
love
Kane,
When I Die.
And
Good Thing Goes also good. I love the line in Good Thing Goes, like, I may not be the first to love you, but I want to be the last. Banger. Banger.
but yeah, but Letter to My Younger Self came out, and that put Quinn in my top, like high up in my top 10, because he was not in my top 10 beforehand, and then that album was just, and then
Letter to My Younger Self is one of the few 10 out of 10 albums.
I don't know if I could give it a 10 out of 10, just because there's one song in there I didn't like.
Coffee?
No, I like Coffee. I
Letter
think
to My Younger
it's
Self.
go down. Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe it is a 10 out of 10.
See, I don't.
Okay,
The only thing
it's
that would stop it from being a 10 out of 10 and moving to like a 9.5 or higher would be, like, I'm not a big fan of Marky Bassey's
I don't
feature.
Like
I wasn't the biggest fan of his feature.
I don't like his music in general.
I don't care for him. And then the
Oh.
Logic feature was good. It was just the whole thing was plugging Logic's album. It had nothing to do with
It
the
was
song. It was just like, which
more-
is sad when like an artist puts out like a perfect album and then the only bad parts are the features, because it's
Yeah.
like you could have not done this. But then like Ash and Black Bear do really good in their songs.
Oh, dude, Blackberry's line is so good.
I love Black Bear's.
Not Monica's Birds, it's so good, dude. It hits. But
Sleep While I Drive
it's just plain.
is
It's a fun
his
song.
vibiest song.
Yeah. But the song
I'm gonna be on a Quinn streak after today.
the song that I wasn't like crazy about was Meeting Strangers. Not that it's a bad song, it's just I think almost every song on there is like incredible, and then there's that one. It's just
That's fair. I like Meeting Strangers a lot.
dude, at first Change of Scenery too. Like I was so hyped for that album because
Dude, I'm the same way.
that was the first album. Like that was after I became a Quinn fan. That's the first album he released after I became a Quinn fan. So I was so excited for that album. And then at first it did not hit well with me. I was like, oh come on Quinn, you had me and you're losing me. And then upon re-listening now, I love that album because
Yeah.
I don't know what changed, but
I agree, dude.
it was
it's-
so good.
It's really good.
Mm-hmm.
Like the only skip on there is we made this album in Newport because that's not a song.
I don't know. I'm not a big fan of My Wife and Two Dogs or Doris Terrace, but
I will skip Doris Terrace sometimes, but I love My Wife and Two Dogs. It's short enough that it's fine. I like Hey Goodbye. Monday Morning is so good.
I love SOS. I think Distracted Youth might be my favorite song on the album though. Except for
Distracted
Feel
Youth was
Something.
my favorite.
Feel Something is my favorite, but
When
I
it
love
came
SOS.
out. But yeah, I thought it was like a 7 or 6 when it came out, and then after re-listening to it, it's like a 9 now for
Yeah.
me. It's really good. But I personally, I had been listening to him, like he released Straight Jacket, and that's when I started listening to him.
Straight
So,
Jacket is a good
I
song.
love Straight Jacket. Straight Jacket and Before It Burned are still some of my favorites by him. But yeah, I've been listening to him since then. So I was there when From Michigan with Love came out.
Always Been You was my favorite. It was like Always Been You and
Dude, I love the beginning of Always Been You. Oh, nobody even
Fake.
cares.
Always Been You and Fake Denim were like the two I listened to a lot before I became like an actual fan of them. And You and Us when From Michigan with Love came out because You and Us was a banger.
Yeah. But I listened to that one, and it was really good. But then Letter to My Younger Self came out, and I was like, holy mess, this is one of the best albums I've ever
It
heard.
was a great album. It would be
And
in
then
my
when
top 10 albums.
when Change of Scenery 2 came out, I was like even more excited for it because of how good that one was.
Yeah.
And then I guess like if that had came out before Letter to My Younger Self, I probably would have thought it was better first listen. But like
Probably.
it had just so much to live up to.
They
And I do think his albums did did this.
met a bell curve.
Yeah, like
I agree.
He went up. I mean, we talked about this on Caleb PM, but like
Yeah, go watch that.
this is
again.
essentially Caleb PM right now. It was like I don't think he has an album below an 8 personally. I love all of his albums, but like he went up with What? Why can't I think of his first album's name? This.
Crap.
Yeah, it's the only one I forget. I mean, I forgot a different one.
The Story of Us?
Yeah, Story of Us.
Okay.
And then From Michigan with Love, and then Boom.
I think The Story of Us is better than From Michigan with Love, personally.
I think it's close.
They are close.
Like, my favorite
very
songs
similar.
by him are on that one.
Like,
But
yeah.
bias effect of my 2 favorite artists being on my 3rd favorite artist, it really helps it out. I think they're very similar. It's more or less
They're
like
very similar.
they're both high, and then boom, straight up, and then they come back down. I do like the People's Champ though. It just
it was
has
a cool. It was a cool vibe. It just was mediocre. The whole album was mediocre. I'll probably give it a 7, but it was. I don't know. It was a drop from the previous 2 albums.
I agree.
But I am waiting for him to release some more music. Hopefully.
Yeah, it's been a while.
He used to do an album every year.
Yeah, which was awesome.
And
Because
now,
the other artists I don't do that.
yeah. Post Malone did that recently with his last 2 albums, which was very awesome surprise, and Austin was incredible. So
Austin was easily his best.
Oh, yeah.
I went back and listened to Laugh It Off and Too Cool to Die last night.
so good. I've been going back and forth a lot between Austin and Appaloosa Bones by Gregory Alan Isakov, which is
I
in
still
my
need to
opinion,
listen
of the
to
year.
that album.
The first 4 songs, after listening to those, I was like, dude, I don't think this album's gonna have a miss, because all 4 of those songs are 10s. And then there's one 9 and one 8 on the album, but Sweet Heat Lightning's incredible. It's only 37 minutes, and that's what makes me mad. But
I mean, that's an average of
Miles to
more than
Go
3 songs or
and
3 minutes per song.
Terlingua are the 2 songs that I might skip, but even then I really don't skip them because they're so good.
I like this style of music, so
Yeah,
I'm excited to listen to
folky.
it.
It's so good.
One of my favorite artists that I talked about my favorite artists, but one of my favorite artists that I'll just get into, and when I get into him, there's no stopping me. I have to
Yeah.
listen to his entire discography 30 times. Is Ziggy Albert's.
Mm-hmm.
Because his songs are just so peaceful, fun, relaxing. They're not some of them sound the same. They're so similar, but he's a good lyricist, and they're just they're either about friendship or love, and they're just fun.
Yeah.
And that's, dude, Better Off, the Captain Bennett song. Oh! I love that song. And Heartbeat. Oh, man. Great. Now I have to listen to Ziggy Albert's too.
I'm that way with Childish Gambino. If I start listening to him, I have to listen to everything.
I'm that way with a lot of artists, but the biggest one is probably Ziggy.
Yeah.
I won't be listening to him, and I'm like, is he really a top 10 artist for me? And then I'll listen to him I can't believe I bumped him down to 10. What is wrong with me? Every time I listen to him, he makes me want to make music.
Yeah.
And I can appreciate an artist that does that.
Once things start getting more settled with school and stuff, I have my list of songs that I think are good enough to release. I'm going to start trying to produce some stuff. Hopefully I can. I'm not going to release anything if it just all sounds horrible, because I have guitars and an interface and a very not good microphone, but we'll see. I'm hoping, because there's some songs that I've written that I really, really like.
Yeah, but I need them on my playlist, bro.
I'm trying, bro.
I need them.
But
that one you played that one time was really good.
Spring.
Yeah.
I do like that song.
Yeah. I like that one.
It's just one of those things I'm really proud of myself about, because when I first started trying to write music my senior year of high school, they were all horrible. I probably wrote 80 songs and all of them were 3s or below. They all sucked. I look back at some of my lyrics and it's oh my gosh, what was I thinking?
Dude, I have on my notes, sometimes I would get into the songwriting mode, and then I would write them, and it was typically sad, sad boy, oh man, my life is so sucks because this girl doesn't like me.
We could have made a great emo album.
Yeah, it's embarrassing to go back and look at.
Yeah.
But lately though, I've been, it's literally opened up on my phone. I have been making so many movie and show ideas, and I need some of these. I need them to come out. Yeah. Eventually, I need to find somebody that can produce a show for me.
Yeah.
So.
Go to Netflix.
I thought about emailing Netflix, but I don't have anything fleshed out enough to where I don't know what.
I have this really good chord progression I want to turn into a song, but I'm struggling with lyrics for it.
My
It's
watch wants me to
really-
stand up, so I'm gonna walk around in a second.
Okay.
Let's see if I have any of my lyrics. Oh, I do. This is awesome.
Singing behind this, maybe it'll work.
No, it will not. I'm sorry. Okay, that's actually not that bad. Actually, am I spitting in some of those?
If I do release music, at least at first it's going to be very acoustic driven, just because I don't want to try to add in too many layers and stuff if I don't know how. So it's probably just going to be like an acoustic guitar, bass, and some drums, and I might add a couple of electric riffs, but
Dude,
we'll see.
I've got some. I only have 3 lines in here because I just deleted the bad ones, but they've got some good ones. I'll have to let you use them, since I will never be a songwriter. I have no musical talent.
That's not true.
I can't sing. I can't really play guitar. So,
You're doing good.
I haven't got to play lately.
You're better at piano than me.
I'm not, though.
You're better at piano than me.
I can play half of 2 songs, and I can't.
That's more than I can
I
do.
guess that's fair. Like, I don't know how to play piano at all. I know the order of the notes that I play for 2 songs. Like, if somebody was like, alright, play G minor, I'd be like,
What?
What?
What makes me mad, like, my mom's like an incredible piano player. Like, could be a professional if she wanted to be. And I've tried to get her, and she won't teach me. And I've tried to get her to teach me, but like,
piano's cool.
yeah.
The difference between piano, like, if we did piano versus guitar, I don't know which I would choose.
Oh, it's no contest.
Well,
really.
yeah, it's obviously no contest for you. Because, like, sometimes I like guitar music and I want to learn guitar, but sometimes I hear a piano song. You're not going to put that down.
Hold on.
It's really dangerous having a guitar right by cable.
It is very
There's no
dangerous.
talent. Because you pick it up and you don't put it down
I
until somebody tells you to put it down.
never put it down, dude.
And I had to tell you to put it
That's
down.
why last semester I've never had my guitar in the apartment because I had nothing but schoolwork to do last year, and I knew like if there's a guitar in my room, I'm not getting work done. Now I can because like this semester's not as busy, and if it gets busy, I'll have to take both of my guitars back home.
Yeah.
But now I can actually play and not get upset.
But, yeah.
So I'm sorry.
Piano versus guitar. We might do this one day and I can flesh out what I'm saying more
Yeah.
then. But, like, it kind of depends on the moment for me. Like, I would rather learn guitar, I think, because it's more impressive, I guess. I don't know. It's like,
They're both
really hard to do. Like, a really good piano player seems more impressive than a really good guitar player. Because if you don't know anything about guitar, it doesn't look like they're doing much. But
yeah.
just from like watching somebody and they're like hitting all the right notes, it's like, what the freak? How are you doing that?
Yeah.
But there are some like absolutely gorgeous piano songs. Like, I think piano can play prettier music, and
Yeah.
sometimes like there's a piano song from a show I like that's like it's almost enough to make me cry when I listen to it. It's too confusing.
Dude,
I tried to learn it.
If
It's
you
too
ever watch La La Land, Ryan Gosling's piano playing will make you want to play piano, and like it'll make you, dude.
I can appreciate stuff.
Dude, it's so good. Like it makes me angry. Like it doesn't make me angry. It just like bothers me that he's so good at everything, and then I'm mediocre at a lot of things. But dude, like his piano playing is incredible. Like I know he's a professional actor, but he could literally be a professional dancer, singer, piano player. Like he could do all that stuff. Like
He's just so cool.
I might, if we have time after this, I might pull up one of the scenes of him playing from La La Land because
I need to just watch the movie.
it's so good, dude. Except the opening musical number's not that good, but he's not really in it. He's in it, but he doesn't do anything. He honks his horn at somebody. But after that opening number, the whole movie is very good. Look at the Stars is such a good song.
I've,
Oh my gosh.
I'm not a big musical person, but it's one of the few musicals I've wanted to watch.
Just because it's Ryan Gosling, or because it's just
People say it's good.
dude.
Like,
People hate on the ending. I freaking love the ending
depending
because
on
the ending was realistic.
depending on the movie, or like pretty much musicals. Depending on who tells me it's good, I'll listen.
Mm-hmm.
Because there are some people that are just like, oh my gosh, they sing songs. That's so awesome. It's like, no, I don't like musicals. Like, I can think of one musical that I actively like, and it was on my top 10 movies, and it was The Greatest Showman, because it's a great story, and it has the greatest original soundtrack I've ever heard in a song. With music, I do think that there are some movies that have like really good soundtracks.
Yeah.
Like sound wise.
Yeah. Star Wars.
Yes. I don't know what song like or soundtrack like where music was made for it would come close. Probably Into the Spider-Verse,
Mm-hmm.
but Into the
Guardians,
Spider-Verse.
maybe. Or no, that's not what you're saying. Sorry.
No,
Awful.
I mean like they made
They
the
made
music
the music
for the
for it.
movie.
Yeah. It's probably Spider-Verse then.
Spider-Verse would come close, but it has a couple duds that I skip. But there are some bangers. I was really hopeful for Across the Spider-Verse, but
It had some good. Hummingbird's a really good song.
Hummingbird,
and
the Sleep one, Am I Dreaming?
Am I Dreaming?
that one's a banger. But there's only like 2 or 3 that I would listen to on that one. The rest are mid to bad. Like it was.
Yeah.
The issue with that one was they played the best parts of the song in the movie, and I was like, dang, this is a good soundtrack. And then I listened to the songs like, dang, this is a bad soundtrack.
Mona Lisa's a banger.
Yeah, but that's not even on the soundtrack for some
They
reason.
put, yeah, because they did the soundtrack just the Metro songs. It really makes me mad. But that song's in the movie, and it's so good.
Yeah.
That's one of the songs I'll play while I'm playing. Because, like, you can pipe Spotify through your PlayStation system, through, like, any game you want. So I'll just swing around Spider-Man listening to Mona Lisa.
Which, if I had an Xbox, I'd be jealous of that, but I have a PC, so I can do that anyways.
Yeah.
Because that is a cool feature. I do like Mona Lisa. But I was really disappointed by the soundtrack of that movie because, like, it.
I wasn't disappointed. It just wasn't as good as the.
During the movie, I wasn't, but then I listened to it, and half of them were like not just duds, but bad. Like, there was one of them, I can't remember what it's called, but it was remarkably terrible. Like, it was like, how did they let this slide?
Yeah.
But there were also like some really good ones. So, you know,
Hummingbirds are really good. Good.
yeah.
But
I really, whichever was the song, I don't remember who it was by. I'll just look at the soundtrack real quick.
Okay.
I'm not passionate about this soundtrack, so I'm not going to talk about it much.
Sure. I want to. Since we're just talking about music, I want to talk about Post Malone, but we're doing a Caleb PM on his album, so I'm going to try to hold off because
Danger Spider was absolutely atrocious, dude. Like a terrible song. And then there was another one that was also terrible. I like Self Love though. There's another really bad one. All the Way Live was atrocious, like, really bad. Annihilate started out really good and got terrible.
I mean, just to compare the two, like I listened to the not Across the Spider-Verse, Into the Spider-Verse soundtrack like a lot after the movie came out. I listened to this one time through, and I haven't listened to it through since. I've just listened.
I
to
still
it
go back and
my
listen to
room.
the Into the Spider-Verse
Yeah.
one. Like, I made a joke about how the reason they were taking so long to make the movie was because they were trying to make another. They were trying to make another Sunflower.
Yeah.
And then I was hoping that would be true, and it was not. Because Sunflower is way better than every song on that.
That was on Hollywood's Bleeding. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love Hollywood's Bleeding. Dude, I went back and like re-listened to all of Stoney because we talked about how to be above Beer Bongs and Bentleys, and I just want to make sure it's definitely above Beer Bongs and Bentleys. I forgot about some of the songs on there.
I need to go back
Leave.
and listen to all of them.
Dude, Leave on Stoney. It's not my favorite because Stoney has Feeling Whitney and I Fall Apart and Deja Vu, but Leave is.
Ooh, I fall.
She said, "Love me, so I loved her." She said, "Leave me, so I left." So good.
Class at 9, or work at 9:30, right?
10.
10. I have class at 10. Oh, I just took my watch off on it.
We can end soon if you want, but we don't have to. We still got
Okay.
time.
It's up to you.
Um,
Anything else happened this week? We haven't really talked about anything that happened.
I talked about some stuff, but I think,
Like an hour ago.
yeah, I think I basically covered my week. That was like all the important stuff.
Monday, I woke up. I had a really hard time waking up on Monday, and then I had to pay to hang out for my $228 couch. That was definitely $228.
Me
Split
too.
between 4 people, like bull crap. I hate to hang out.
JJ said he also got an email for it. Just,
Oh, it makes me so mad. Like couches, especially those cheap ones, were not $1,000.
no.
Like that should be criminal. Like that has to be a crime. But
We'll go beat up the hangout.
but I had to pay for that, and I put in my card information, but I used the wrong zip code on accident.
Yeah.
Because I'm not used to using my new one. And then they wouldn't let me change it. And they kept saying that the card failed because I used the wrong zip code. And then I would try to add a new one, and it wouldn't let me add a new one because it said, you've already added this card. It's like, then why won't it work? Like, oh, it made me so mad. I sat there for like 15 minutes trying to figure it out. And then eventually I got it to work, but it was really making me angry. Because it was like, if this was for something that I cared about, I would probably be annoyed because I wanted it to work. But I was like, this is to pay the hangout for a scam. Like, I'm losing money here because the hangout scammed me.
Yeah. Pretty much.
If I hear of like a freshman saying I'm gonna live at the hangout next year, I will tell them no.
Oh yeah, no, I've told plenty of people.
Like, and I hope the hangout goes out of business because of me. I hope all the people that work there
I mean, there's
get
definitely
new
less.
jobs at a different apartment complex that doesn't suck.
Yeah.
Um,
But there's that, like, they were emailing me up until like the day before everyone moved in. Like,
About-
there's still space, you can renew. I'm like,
Come on, don't y'all want to move back in?
no.
We're not gonna
I mean,
find you until tomorrow.
That just goes to show you that nobody
Nobody lives there.
was wanting to go back. So they might have like a whole new set of people living there now, but nobody who was living there is
Moved back.
still living there.
The only good things about the hangout were how close it was to campus
Mhm.
and our neighbors.
Yeah.
Like,
The pool table, I mean, it wasn't a good pool table.
it was a crappy pool
It
table.
was still fun.
But it was fun, I guess.
Other
the
than
pool
that-
sticks sucked too.
They did.
Yeah.
Other than that, that was fun.
But yeah, I had to do that, and that sucked. And then
Yeah.
Mondays are my long days. I've kind of realized I will never have free time,
Sure.
like real free time on a Monday, because I have class at 10, and so I get to campus before that to like do homework and stuff, and then I have class at 10, and then at 12:30, and then at 2, and then at 4 I have work, and then I work till 10, so I don't get home until like 10:30, and so I'm at campus from 8 or 9 to 10 every single Monday, 8 a.m. 10 p.m. So I've kind of just accepted that I will never have free time on a Monday, and that's okay because I just have 6-day week now. Mondays don't exist. Except I've really, like, 2 of my favorite shifts of work so far have been the previous 2 Mondays because I had work to do, so I didn't feel bad about just sitting in my office the whole time, because I didn't just sit in my office because I did work. But like, it wasn't like an overwhelming amount to where I was just running around everywhere, and I had time to like do stuff. So like, I got to watch a couple episodes of shows I'm watching. I've done so much homework in there. Like, I finished my homework for like the week for like several classes
Yeah.
each Wednesday so far, which felt
Which is good.
really good. Like,
What's that, bro?
I finish it, and that's what really helps me on Tuesdays get to Wednesday for Caleb AM, because I'm going thinking like, oh my gosh, this is such like a carefree day. I don't really have anything going on.
Yeah.
I do have a quiz to take an experimental today.
I think.
I'm gonna do that right after we finish this, so I don't have to worry about it tonight. And I think that's all the homework I have.
All I gotta do is after Old Testament, put my notes in to Quizlet.
I also have mastery training, and I want to try to knock that out too before I go to class. So we should end this.
Alright, that's cool. It was a great episode. I love Caleb AM.
I do
Got to talk about some cool stuff. If you guys enjoyed, let us know. Subscribe. Come back next Wednesday, 6:30
Let us know
a.m.
some
Central Time.
this or that questions that you want to answer. We'll do anything.
We'll
Follow our Instagrams.
Follow
We
our
won't
channels.
actually do anything. We have a lot lined up.
We do.
But I don't mind.
We don't mind
We can throw some.
checking. Yeah. Be on the lookout for Caleb PM. Got a couple of things we'll be ranking soon.
Yes.
Content hopefully starts ramping up soon. It's JJ.
Me and Colton have a
Love you guys.
video series that we're gonna start once
Yeah.
we finish the show we're watching. So, love y'all.
Bye.
Bye.